Power's out. Let's get turned back on. Hoorah.
That the supercharger stations generate the energy during the day and then also have a localized battery pack so that people can charge at night. The Tesla supercharging stations would continue to function even in a zombie apocalypse. Just never know. That's coming one day. We know it. Yes. It's just a matter of time. That the supercharger stations generate the energy during the day and then also have a localized battery pack so that people can charge at night. The Tesla supercharging stations would continue to function even in a zombie apocalypse. Just never know. That's coming one day. We know it. Yes. It's just a matter of time.
Okay, so you guys heard the gentleman. Um, there is a possibility that a lot of the crazy talk that's been going on could be a thing. I mean, we have all these awesome references. We have The Last of Us, which was a very popular TV series that went on not too long ago. You have Dead City, which was a kind of like a third installment of the Walking Dead franchise. You have The Walking Dead itself. Um, there's tons of different games. There's The Last of Us. There's the movie franchise. There's World War Z, both the game and the movie. Very very well received editions. All these different things happen, and we don't have to overthink things to a certain degree where you need to panic. What you need to do is you always need to be looking at things in terms of preparation. So even if it is that disaster isn't ready to strike in that fashion, you always want to be prepared for certain things. So what the gentleman was talking about is how even during certain uh, catastrophic events, that the the charging stations that are available for the Tesla cars, they should still be able to be running. Maybe it's specific ones, but there should be charging stations that still run even if a zombie apocalypse happens. Now that sounds like some state of the art type technology. I don't know how it is that he's able to pull that off, but then again, there's many different technologies that I'm not exactly an expert in. So we'll give the benefit of the doubt, and if the time comes, then you can do with that information as you will. Now, it's always going to be an asset to people who understand how things work, that are going to be able to progress and thrive in situations where others don't understand. That's the way of the world. That's how it's always been. That's how it always will be. But I want to speak to the upcoming release of Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3, which has a lot of nuanced conversation going on about it, whereas there are many people who are anticipating its release, and they can't wait for it to come out because they're hoping to see the new advancements. And then there's others who are a little bit more skeptical because they may not have they may not have been too happy with what they've seen in the previous Modern Warfare or Modern Warfares. Based on what I've heard, is that many of the people who are the big fans when it comes to um, Call of Duty, the newest installation, and Call of Duty 2, which has both Warzone and Warzone 2.0, is that they find that the first installment of the newest ones is the most favorite, and I guess it's because there's a lot less kind of glitches and things of that nature inside the game. So I personally have been one to say, and I am not actually a big Warzone fanatic in terms of actual gameplay. I love watching the gameplay, but I actually have yet to even play the game myself. So I have not played any of the Warzones yet. However, one of the things that caught my eye is that Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 is supposed to have quite a few additions into it, including the use of zombies. Zombies has always been actually one of my favorite game plays, but it is always on the side of what you'd see in the Black Ops franchise. So it'll be interesting to see what it is that they have in store for that. Um, One of the biggest reasons that I want to really speak to this is because I know that for many it's important that they are able to get their hands on certain games and consoles when they come out, because if you don't get your hands on it early enough, then you sometimes have to wait months at a time. Sometimes they're just plain sold out indefinitely, or until further notice, which can be at any point in time where you can't get your hands on the item. and that can be very frustrating, especially in this day and age where, when we were growing up, many of us were told that you can't make a living off of playing video games, so get off the video game, etc., etc. Not everybody was given that same pep talk, but for those who were, and those who were privy to those type of pep talks going on, you know how innovative things have become, where people are making tons and tons of money off the gaming industry. The gaming industry is bringing in hundreds of thousands of dollars to people. There are some people who are millionaires because they are gamers. Believe it or not, there's many different ways you can do it. There's people who are making money off of cosplay. There's people who are making money off of gameplay. There's people who are making money off of coaching. There's people who are making money off of actually hosting tournaments. There's so many different ways you can make money in the gaming sphere. But if you're not able to get your hands on the newest and latest, or whatever's in your specific niche, maybe you specifically use Call of Duty, maybe you specifically use retro games, maybe you specifically use Fortnite, you know, Battlefield. Um, the sky's the limit. There's so many different things. There's Donkey Kong. There's N64. There's GoldenEye 64. There is Capcom versus Marvel. There's Tekken, there's Street Fighter, there's Mortal Kombat, there's all types of different games. If you can't get your hands on these things in a timely manner, then it's gonna cause issues for you, because that's part of what your business entails, is for you to have these games so that you're able to give content, give criticisms, show people what the game is like, and then by showing them these things early on, then people will be able to understand whether or not it is that they want to make a purchase. And oftentimes they obviously do, especially if they're your audience and they've been following you for quite a bit of time. But even for new content creators, it's important that they're able to get these things so that they're able to build their own audience or show their own audience how things are done, right? So if you're the type of person who doesn't or who can't afford to miss out on these things, but you also are somebody who, for whatever reason, can't be at the lineup in that time, we do have a solution for you. And that solution we're going to be showing you today is that there are people who are professional line standers. There's different names that you can use for them. There's I guess queue warriors. There's a whole bunch of different names. But essentially, what happens is somebody stands in line for you, and they can either stand in line up to a certain point, and then once you're able to make it out there, then you can go in and take the spot of the line that they were in there for you, or they can literally go and purchase the item, game, console, accessory for you. This is what they're paid to do. This is what they do, and because they're able to do that for you, it allows you to get the assets that you are looking for. Now, why would you want to do something like this? Again, in order for you to be able to get the items that you need, there's supply and there's demand. If the supply is there, the demand's there. This is not a new thing, so this has actually been out, at least as far as I know, since 2015. It could be earlier, but at least since 2015 this has been a thing, and now it is something that is a little bit more widespread. So let me show you guys how you can get in on the action. If you, one, are looking for a source of income, especially if you understand when it is that big releases are coming out, you want to get involved in standing in line to make some money so that you can help others get the gaming equipment. Or it doesn't even have to necessarily be specifically games, but they get paid to stand in line. So what you're going to do is you're going to sign on to be a line stander. If you want to do that, I'm going to give you guys some details in the description section where you can get involved and get signed up. Now, if you are somebody who is on the opposite end and you don't want to miss out on the actual game, what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave a link in the description so that you yourself can get involved with the people who stand in line, so that you aren't going to miss out on the next release of the game that you want. Now, what it's going to do is it's actually going to give you a discount off of the cost of having somebody stand in line for you. So depending on what your situation is, how long the lineup is, then you're gonna see how much it's gonna end up costing you for them to stand in line. But this is going to give you a nice little discount so that you're able to get involved with that. Okay, now a bonus that you may not have known, or maybe just in general you didn't know about this whole concept, is that if you are somebody who is an avid gamer and you decide that you want to stand in line to make money, you can kind of do a little bit of both. One, you can stand in line to get the game of your choosing, and then 2, you can stand in line so that you are getting paid to help somebody else do the exact same thing. So you're killing 2 birds with 1 stone. You're getting the game and or console that you're looking to get, and as well you're also getting paid to help somebody else do the same. It's a win-win. This is the cheat code, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Leave me a comment in the comment section below. Let me know what's the next video you guys want me to speak on, and we'll see you guys in the next video.